The Missing Farmer. The village was quiet that evening, with the farmer's family going about their day. Their fields were rich with fruit and medicinal trees, the farmer's pride. His children played nearby while his wife prepared dinner. Hours passed, and the farmer still hadn't returned from the forest. Night fell, and worry settled in their hearts. With only a torch to guide them, the family ventured into the dark jungle, their hope dimming with each step. After what felt like an eternity, they found him lying still, unconscious on the forest floor. Panicked, they carried the farmer back home. His body felt cold, his breath shallow. His wife cried out for help, and some villagers rushed to their aid. They tried applying oils, leaves, and seeds, hoping to revive him. But nothing worked. The villagers and family knew they had to take him to the nearest hospital, which was a treacherous journey through the forest. The farmer's body was weak, and by the time they arrived, it was too late. The doctor delivered the grim news. He died many hours ago. Grief engulfed the family. Heartbroken, the family and villagers prepared for the funeral. The tradition was to bury the dead in coffins made from trees in the forest. Early the next morning, a group of villagers ventured into the jungle, cutting down trees and crafting a coffin. The wood felt unusually fresh, but they didn't have time to wait for it to dry. The sun was setting, and they needed to bury the farmer by evening. After hours of work, they finally placed the farmer's body inside the coffin, ready for the long walk to the cemetery. As the sun began to set, they made their way to the cemetery. Shadows stretched long over the path, and soon darkness enveloped them. The villagers placed the coffin near the grave and began to pray. Suddenly, a sound interrupted the stillness, a soft thud, then a rattle. The coffin started shaking violently, sending fear through the crowd. The villagers quickly moved back, their hearts racing. To their horror, the lid of the coffin burst open, and the farmer began to rise. The crowd screamed in terror, convinced they were witnessing a ghost. Standing in the graveyard, the farmer looked around, confused. He called out to the villagers, "Why are you running? It's me!" But no one believed him. They scattered, shouting that he was a ghost. Farmer, puzzled, walked back home. He found the villagers huddled in fear, whispering about what they had seen. When he approached, they shrank away. "What's wrong with all of you?" he asked. His wife, trembling, replied, "You died yesterday in the jungle." That's when the memory came flooding back, the bite of a large spider, and then nothing. The next morning, the farmer, still shaken, was taken to the doctor. The villagers needed answers. To everyone's astonishment, the doctor explained that the farmer had been bitten by a poisonous spider, which had paralyzed him and mimicked death. But that wasn't the strangest part. The doctor examined the coffin and discovered something incredible. The wood used was from a rare medicinal tree known to extract poisons from the body. The coffin had absorbed the venom from the farmer, bringing him back to life. News of the miracle spread quickly through the village. People came from miles around to see the coffin and hear the story. The villagers were in awe of the mysterious tree and its power. They had unknowingly crafted a coffin from one of the most potent medicinal trees in the forest. The family, once grieving, now rejoiced at the return of their father. Life slowly returned to normal, but the story of the coffin remained. From that day on, the villagers began to respect the forest more, knowing it held secrets beyond their understanding. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoy this exciting story. Keep in touch. Subscribe, like, share. See you on next Exited Story.